Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Another day, another drama, and today we're going to be talking about Nick Snider's obsessed fan back at it again. If you haven't seen my previous video titled Dolan Twins Stop Doing This and Sebastian William Backpedals, I will link that in a card up over here as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. If you've been following Nick Snider for the past year or so, you know that he has this one channel that constantly talks about him and constantly brings up his sobriety and attacks him all the time. Well, this person is back at it again. At this point, I'm starting to believe that this might be almost like a Swim Fan kind of situation. If you haven't seen the movie Swim Fan, Google Swim Fan and check out the trailer, because I'm starting to believe that this might actually be kind of like that. All this really started off last year when he uploaded a video titled Nick Snider Almost Dies, but Where Was Rich Lux? And he has since changed the name of the video to Nick Snider Almost Dies, but here in this screenshot you can see the original tweet where it says Nick Snider Almost Dies, but Where Was Rich Lux? And this video to me is absolutely disgusting. For him to first of all be talking about Nick and him almost dying and his struggles with addiction, and then on top of that to say, okay, but where was your good friend Rich Lux? Why was he not there? As somebody who struggles with addiction wants to go ahead and feed that addiction, there's nobody that's going to be able to stop them. They're going to find a way to do it no matter what anybody else tries to do. But also for you to say, well, where was Rich Lux? You don't really know what was going on. But I'm not going to stay on this part of the video too long because we've already talked about this in a previous video, so let's go ahead and jump up to some more current situations. Since all of that happened, he kept putting out more and more videos talking about Nick and his addiction and basically making up lies and putting things in his thumbnails like Nick Snider's meth box and stuff like that. And Nick basically had enough and he contacted YouTube, he tweeted at them and he said, hey, you want to talk about your new anti-bullying harassment? Well, I believe that this is the definition of bullying. This person keeps attacking my addiction and I do not appreciate it. This needs to stop. You guys need to do something. From what I can tell, it seems that YouTube did contact him because he did take down a lot of those videos and he changed some of the titles and changed the thumbnails, but some of those videos are still up with the content inside of them, which I don't think they should be there at all. They should be removed. Well, since all that happened, he has since come out with another video titled I Have a Crush on Nick Snider, where he basically says in the video that yes, he does have a crush on Nick Snider and all this other stuff. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be satire or if he was expressing his actual feelings or if he was just trying to get back on the good graces of Nick so that way he didn't lose his channel for bullying because Nick has already contacted YouTube and they had his stuff removed. But again, this is where I come back to the whole Swim Fan situation where he's constantly attacking Nick Snider and then he comes out with this video where he's like, oh, I have a crush on Nick Snider, I really like him, and blah, 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 blah. But now he has made that video private, so the only way that you can find it is if you go and find his original tweet where he talked about the video. But it's like, okay, so then after that, he goes back and he starts to attack Nick yet again. At one point, this entire person's channel, 25% of their content was dedicated to Nick videos. Like a quarter of their videos. So out of, I think it was like 100 videos, 25 videos on his channel were about Nick Snider and attacking Nick Snider. That to me seems obsessive. I know that people will say, well, drama channels talk about the same people over and over again. But if you go through, there's multiple people that people talk about, and there's multiple instances that they're bringing up. They're not just attacking one issue over and over and over again like he is with Nick. Now, obviously, when something happens major like Carmageddon or Dramageddon or Lipstick Gate, there are several videos made about one person in the situation because new information comes to light. It's not the same thing being said over and over again in those videos. It's new things that are being discussed about that same situation. Well, if you look on his channel again, since he dropped his apology video and saying that he has a crush on Nick Snider, he is back to attacking Nick Snider in basically almost every other video. Well, this all jumped off again when Nick and Dustin started to do their podcast. They did a podcast about Luscious Massacre, which this channel then decided to record and re-upload to his channel with no commentary at all. So Nick ended up copyright striking the video and saying, hey, I did a copyright strike on your video, so you might want to take it down. That way your channel doesn't get a strike against it. Be nice, so that way he doesn't lose his channel. But this guy doubled down and said, okay, well, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'm going to re-upload the entire thing tonight. And then he goes on to say that Nick copyright striked his channel for fair use, which what he did was not fair use. If it wanted to be fair use, you would have to add your commentary into that video, which you did not. You can use clips from anything as long as you stop, pause, and insert your commentary. That way it is considered fair use. But even people who do things like 90 Day Fiancé reactions and stuff like that, they're constantly battling TLC or whatever channel that it's on for copyright violations because they're trying to say that, hey, this is copyrighted material, but the channel is saying, no, this is fair use because I'm sharing my commentary on it. Well, now this channel has uploaded this new video that you can see in this titled, Nick Snider Stole Sebastian Williams Content and Monetizing Off of It. And then he was saying in his video that Nick uploaded Sebastian Williams' video to his Patreon, which is behind a paywall, and is making money off of that, which is not true. If you're subscribed to Nick and Dustin's podcast, there are no videos on that podcast. It's all just audio. They have talked about possibly recording video in the future and doing a video podcast instead of just an audio podcast, but they have not uploaded any videos to the channel. What they did in that podcast was talk about what happened with Sebastian Williams and him outing an alleged victim of James Charles, as well as talking about Sanders Kennedy and some other topics as well. They did not re-upload any part of Sebastian's video. They did not include any clips of audio of Sebastian's video. They only talked about it, which they are allowed to do because they are sharing their opinions on the situation. So for you to put out this video saying that they re-uploaded Sebastian Williams' content behind a paywall is absolutely false. And I don't know if there's any legal action that can be taken about that, because that is a blatant lie that it never happened, and you're spreading misinformation trying to say that they are re-uploading people's content to make money off of it, which they are not doing. So in return, you're opening yourself up to possibly a lot of legal trouble, because I'm sure Nick has the copy of this video downloaded and is sent to his lawyers, because if he wants to take legal action, he probably is in his right to do so, because you are also in this video telling people to unsubscribe from his Patreon and telling them to report his Patreon, which then is taking money out of his pocket as well as Dustin's pocket. So again, another thing that you could possibly be sued for by telling people to unsubscribe and to report his channel on Patreon in hopes that it gets removed. Now, I am not sure what this person's obsession with Nick Snider is. I don't know if they are in love with Nick Snider and they want to be with Nick Snider, or if they just hate Nick Snider that much that the only thing that they want to put on their channel are hate videos about Nick Snider. I'm assuming that they're hoping that Nick Snider will give them attention, which of course he has done in the past, and in return will help their channel grow, and that people who hate Nick Snider will come and subscribe to his channel so he can finally get to 1,000 subscribers so he can monetize his channel. We all know that there are people out there who don't like Nick Snider. It's common knowledge. Not everybody is for everybody, and Nick Snider is very brass with what he says, and he doesn't hold back any of his opinions, and he tells it like he wants to, and that's just how he is. Some people love that, and some people hate that. So I think that he's hoping that these people that hate Nick Snider will come on over to his channel and subscribe and support him and say, hey, I don't like Nick Snider either. Nick Snider's a terrible person. He did this. Oh, did you see this? But let's be honest, I'm sure that this person has Nick Snider on Twitter on notifications ready to go, so as soon as Nick Snider says something, he can turn around and make a video about it. I mean, there are plenty of people on YouTube that you can make videos about and hold them accountable and talk about, but this person just chooses over and over and over again to continue to make videos about Nick Snider and talking about his addiction. I don't know, like I said, if he just really wants the attention from Nick Snider, if he's really in love with Nick Snider, or if he just hates Nick Snider that much that that's the only person that he seems to want to talk about. But to me, to be making that many videos about one person over and over and over again, it's just becoming obsessive. That's why I said I'm getting those Swim Fan vibes. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, Google it, check out the trailer, because I'm starting to believe that's what's going on here. But in the movie, two of the people actually hook up, which is why one of the people is actually obsessed with the other person, and maybe that's what this person is hoping, that they someday get together, but at this point, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Well, let's just be honest, it's never gonna happen, because why would you ever want to ever hook up with somebody who has said so many nasty, vile things about you and continues to talk about you in such a negative way over and over and over again? That is everything that I have for today's video, so I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think that this person is obsessed with Nick Snider and absolutely hates him and is going to do anything that he can to try and take him down? Or do you think that this person is secretly in love with Nick Snider and just really wants the attention, and anytime Nick gives him attention, he just thrives on it and makes more and more videos because he hopes that Nick will give him that attention again? I think that if rentals and purchases of Swim Fans start to go up because of my video, that I should be cut a check for that, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about everything down in the comments below. If you like this video, please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, I greatly appreciate it if you could hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all so you'll be notified of every time I upload a new video. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!